I just found out last night my wife, who I've known for over a decade, cheated on me. I'm still unsure of what I will do, but here's what I'm thinking about. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what happened, but a bit of background. We have been together for a long time, both in our 30s. We have a toddler who recently was diagnosed with autism. I am the primary provider for our family. I bought my own house before getting married, and she moved in makes about half of what I do. Pay minimum bills, etc. I include a financial situation not to bash on her, but because it's relevant to my thought process going forward. Ultimately, the reason she gave for cheating on me was that she began to realize that monogamy was not for her, and she had some urges I couldn't fulfill, or we. I asked her if she would stop and try to make this work, etc. And she responded she still loves me, etc. and doesn't want to break up the family, but does not think she could keep that promise. If we didn't have a kid, I would mostly certainly dump her and move on. But I just don't think that either of us can properly care for him alone. So currently, I am in a stay together for the kid mentality. I told her I would consider staying together in an open relationship where we still work together to care for our child, but she could see whoever she wanted. If she would sign a prenup-like agreement in which she forfeits her right to claim 50% of family assets if or when we get divorced in the future. I told her I'm not willing to work as hard as I do for a fake family, then have her take half of it down the road. To her credit, she agreed, saying she doesn't want me money. Internally, I am feeling disgusted with her. I don't see us working it out, so it's a marriage of convenience to properly care for our kid. I have no intention of starting to see other people right now. Maybe that will change in the future. But my current plan is to stay together until I feel I can care for our kid alone or I meet someone else. My own analysis, I think this is the best option for our child, although it will be very mentally challenging for me to continue to farce at first. But I believe I can get past it. Thoughts on my plan? Does anyone have experience with a prenup-like agreement mid-marriage? If I just draft this privately and have her sign, will it hold up in court? I don't really want to get lawyers involved here. Thank you. Any thoughts? Advice? Edit. Thanks for all the advice. I wanted to avoid a lawyer as I do honestly believe she is not greedy for my money. We are not rich, just middle class. I thought we could work it out ourselves, but you guys are right. I will definitely consult one, just to address some of the things that came up. I'm no autism expert, but the doctor said our son's autism is not very severe. I don't know exactly what that means, but I hope he can make a functional adult. I believe the best chance for that is in a 2-parent household at last for now. Early attention or intervention, etc. I honestly cannot say how much extra attention or money he will need going forward. He was just recently diagnosed. For people who mentioned the toxic environment, of course, we will try to keep things civil. And if ever becomes bad enough that it negatively affects him, I will of course reconsider. My parents are divorced and I remember the fights, but currently he is young enough that unless we are literally fighting, I don't think he can tell. We have never fought in front of him. I also don't imagine this being a lifetime thing. Even though I don't plan on seeing anyone now, maybe I will in a year or two. I am still hopeful our son can become self-sufficient. Maybe in a few years, I will feel more confident going solo. For some reason, I've never actually considered just getting a divorce and continuing to live together to co parent. Definitely something to consider.